So hello, and welcome, friends. Lovely to be with you in this moment in time. I've missed you earlier this week, and I know you've been in good hands with others. So, for today's practice, what I'd like to invite us to explore um, is one of finding our place, finding our place. And what I mean by that, finding our place, in some ways it seems like it's personal. Yes, it is personal. Finding our place, finding our home in our hearts. And yet it's our place, our place. It's a sense of not just in my own small world, me, all about me. Because as we know that when we fall into our own difficulties, challenges, maybe physical pain, aging, difficult, whatever it might be, the world becomes kind of small, becomes very small, and the heart feels tightened. Maybe a sense of pity even arises. Poor me, poor me. And it's all a matter of perspective. The same issues, the same matters, seen from a different perspective. Um, as we see our place, as we find our place in the midst of this amazing life, this amazing interconnected humanity, open up to our condition and everybody else's condition, and holding it up with awe, with amazement, with lack of expectation. There is so much that can shift in our expectation. Maybe gratitude arises, maybe joy arises. It's a matter of finding our place with shifts of perspective, where every shift of perspective are helpful, are supportive. I'll give you one example. So recently, um, someone that I care about, they've gone through an operation, and they've been in a lot of physical pain, which is normal after the operation, completely normal. And another person who cares about them, they were so unhappy and they were so depressed and sad. Oh, this beloved person is in pain after the operation. And the reframing that I offered this dear person who was really in grief, thinking about pain, was, gosh, if this person, if their operation had been unsuccessful, and say all their nerves were cut and they had no sensations, if they had become a paraplegic, wouldn't you give anything you had to transform the situation so that they would feel pain right now? So yay, this sign of pain in this particular situation is actually a good sign. So what are some reframes? What are some ways that we can see our situation as, wow, if it wasn't for this this what seems like a challenge right now, what seems like a very difficult situation, actually it's a gift in disguise. Can it be a gift in disguise? Is it a matter of shifting our perspective to see how things are gifts in disguise? Because the opposite would be so much worse, so difficult. So, and I trust there's so many examples you have in your own life. I'll share some more at the end. Um, um, like for example, if a pipe burst and, say your home, there was water leaking everywhere, it would be very upset. And then what if you think all of a sudden, wait, this could be sewage. I'm so glad it's not the sewage pipe that broke. It's just fresh water that broke. Yay, it's only fresh water that has broken the pipe, right? It's an instantaneous shift in perspective. And it's still the same situation. A pipe has broken, and yet our perspective shifts. And these are all wise perspective. In fact, the number one on the list of um, uh, the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path, number one, is wise perspective. There are many, many ways to consider what a wise perspective is. Of course, everything is impermanent. To really appreciate that, it's a wise perspective. It's not personal. It's not about me. To open up from the prison of me, to a bigger perspective of care and love for ourselves and others, as well as unsatisfactoriness. Things will be satisfactory, perhaps wonderful for a period of time, and then they will shift and change. So, what is the wise perspective? How can we shift our perspectives? So, I think I've said plenty. There's a lot more I can say, but I'm going to pause now. I think that's enough setting, enough framing, just to get us out of perhaps our yeah, whatever perspective might have been challenging. Let's open it up. Let's open it up. Anyway, so let's practice together. Let's meditate together, friends. So, arriving, arriving. Ah, arriving in your seat, whether you're sitting, you're lying down, whatever this body needs in this moment to feel supported in this impermanent moment in life, precious moment of this life, this heart, this mind, this body breathing. And letting go of all the words, letting go of all the words, thoughts, concerns, letting yourself be simple in this moment. Can this body release? Can the body relax? As the body releases and relaxes, the mind tends to release and relax. So see if there's any tightness, any holding in your body. Gently, gently, kindly offer it up. Letting the breath breathe you. The body knows how to breathe, how to be breathed. Not to make breathing into a project. Letting it happen. In breath, out breath. Let it be enjoyable. As thoughts arise, as they will inevitably do, not a problem, not a mistake, clearly seeing what thoughts have arisen. And then releasing in this moment to release any thoughts, perspectives that are not helpful for the benefit of this cultivation. Feeling the connection, the feet on earth, the sit bones, contacting the cushion, the seat, your hands touching each other or your lap. The breath moving through the whole body, received in the lower abdomen. Here, here, just this breath, just this breath, the entirety of the in-breath. entirety of the out breath. Calming, soothing, nourishing. Just this is enough. Letting go, releasing whatever is not helpful, is not supportive in this moment. And now I'd like to invite you with care, with kindness, with metta, for this being who is you, this being who suffers, this being who has high intentions for goodness, for cultivation, values, this being who is you who cares for others, sense of dedication, love, rekindling the sense of kindness, warmth, care for this being who is you. And as if you were your own wise friend, wise and loving friend, as if you're stepping out of yourself. The sense of wisdom and compassion for yourself. Or if it's easier, you can imagine some other being whom you consider to be wise and compassionate. Could be the Buddha, Kuan Yin, another human being. Holding you with care, with love. With unconditional acceptance. Let yourself be held before we proceed. And now see yourself with this dear friend. It might be yourself or the Buddha, Kuan Yin, a dear being, symbolizing compassion and wisdom. As you're held with kindness and care, maybe you bring up something that you're maybe upset about or challenged by. And you share this with this being, compassionate, wise being. And imagine them listening with care, with compassion, wisdom. Really listening, really holding space. As you describe, they give you their complete attention, non-judgmental attention. Then maybe what is needed is just for them to hold whatever you shared with them with compassion, with kindness, letting yourself and whatever you brought up to be held. Yes, it's not easy. Yes. And now, if it feels appropriate, not necessary, but if it feels appropriate, maybe you invite your wise, compassionate being to help open your eyes to a different perspective regarding what is happening for you that is difficult or challenging. Maybe they have a wise and wide perspective, spacious perspective about what is happening. They allow you to see it, they invite you to see it. What's happening from a different perspective. Let yourself be surprised. And when perhaps this different, surprising perspective has been offered to you, notice what arises in you, in your heart. So, surprise, gladness, appreciation, gratitude, equanimity. Can you rest with that? Can you rest with this? Breathing in and out. With a sense of goodness that might have opened up. Trust your inner wisdom, symbolized by your wise, compassionate being. And maybe a gratitude arises for this moment. Feeling okay, enough in this moment, just this moment. Can it be enough as it is? In fact, plenty, a gift of grace as it is. Here, just here, this moment. Letting yourself be held in kindness, with care, with metta. May I be safe from inner and outer harm. May I be happy and joyful. May I be healthy and strong. And may my life flow with ease. Let yourself rest with kindness, with metta, or this wise perspective that has been opened up to you. Opening up to a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what is. Even if it's challenging, what would you do? What would you give? If things were different, what is this challenge signifying that's actually a blessing? If it's a pain in your body, that actually your nervous system is working, that you can feel pain, that you're alive. And for the last moments of this practice period, letting whatever arose or did not arise be just as it is, without judgment, needing it to be different, offering kindness, wisdom, equanimity to ourselves for this period of practice. And trusting that there is kindness, goodness generated, and offering it freely, generously, to all beings everywhere, including ourselves. May all beings everywhere be safe, happy, healthy, and have ease. May all beings everywhere be free from suffering and causes and suffering, especially those in war zones. May all beings be free. Thank you for your practice, everyone. So, we have a few minutes. Are there any reflections, any aha moments, any questions, anything came up for you that you'd like to share, offer in Sangha for your own benefit and benefit of others? You can type in chat. If it's typed to me alone, I will not read your name. If it's offered to everyone, chat to everyone, I will also read your name. So it's any reflections, anything you notice, especially with the invitation for the wise being to show you a different way, to see what might be challenging, what might be difficult. Was it surprising? Did it surprise you? Finding your place. Mary.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. This is kind of a very simple maybe question, which is, I think at one point I heard you say, offer it up. And I was raised Catholic, and offer it up kind of in my culture said you should keep suffering. So I know you meant something different.
Yeah, I did. Let me help me understand. So in your culture, offering it up means accept suffering or like it? Sorry.
Well, I'm sure it was twisted, but it was sort of like, and especially for girls, women, that's your lot in life. Accept it.
Oh,
Accept it. This is what God's
yeah.
giving you.
Offer it up. Oh, yeah, yeah. I see. I hear it differently. Okay, so yeah. That I see how the words can fit there. Okay, so thanks for bringing that up, Mary. So the way that I actually offering it up, I have this image, this vision, instead of offering it up like the okay, I'll just talk about the way I see it is I have this image of our practice, our being, our existence with so much beauty and sacredness, and the world as sacred. And there's this altar, our practice, our what we do, we're offering it up, we're putting it on an altar of humanity, we're offering up even our suffering as a gift. It's just we're offering like this is my peace, or our gifts are our happiness we offer it. It's just like everything we are, our practice. Here is my practice. My mind was distracted, but I offer it, dear humanity, dear universe. It's just kind of offering it in that way, making an offering of ourselves, whatever is going
I
on.
love that, making an offering of ourselves
Yeah.
and our efforts. I guess that's how I'm hearing it. Our efforts, our commitment, our desire.
Of everything, of commitment, efforts, of ourselves. Even I would even, and this might be kind of surprising or not make sense. So I'll leave this for later reflection, perhaps. But even our joy we offer to the world, right? Our joy is an offering. So is our suffering, not in the way of, oh, I'm just going to suffer so well, I'm going to carry it, but there's a nuance of I mean, not that we want to hold on to our suffering. That's not the idea. But there can be a sense of beauty. There can be a sense of grace. And yeah, this is what I'm going through right now, dear humanity. This is what I'm going through right now. So it's subtle. It's a sense of sharing. It's a sense of offering, making an offering of all of ourselves, bright, the light and the shadow, all the challenges.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Thanks so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Any other reflections, questions? Okay, since I don't see anything else, any hands raised or any reflections in chat, maybe I'll give it another pause. I'll talk about relating, connecting in Sangha together with other human beings. This is where our practice meets the road. And of course, a lot of times we consider practice to be private, internal, but it isn't, right? It isn't. It's relational. Our practice is so relational. We cultivate all this not just to have internal peace in our minds, but to also, as just talking with Mary earlier, offer ourselves, offer the best of ourselves, offer ourselves to others, to the world, to be this vessel of stability, equanimity, love, and care. So, can we do that in small groups together, groups of roughly size 3, and let everyone, each person is invited to speak just from your own experience, not commenting, not reflecting, not managing the group. Just speak from your own experience. Few words, perhaps, about how this practice was for you, what came up. There's no right or wrong. It's challenging. It was lovely. It was terrible. It's okay. You're just sharing your humanity. It's all right. You just share for about just 1 minute, and then the next person will say one nugget, and then the next person one nugget, short nugget, and they'll come back to you, and they'll go round and round a few rounds. And if it comes to you and there's nothing you want to say, you can just hold space and say pass. And just hold wise, compassionate space for others. Um, so that's the invitation. And I will create the breakout rooms now. Um, and you can go in, say, alphabetical order, just so that it's easy. I'm creating the rooms. Here we go. Okay, I think I need to recreate the rooms. There we go. Let's see, I think what's going on here? Oh, I see what's happening. The count just changed. Okay, recreating the rooms. All right. Um, and and I see one comment before I open them. Thank you for the reframing. I was able to reframe a seemingly heavy-handed remark from someone else. Now I know how that feels. Grateful. Oh, beautiful. Thank you for that reflection. Yay. Maybe there will be more insights coming back after you share in small groups. So I'm opening all groups. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Okay, the rooms are closed. Everybody's back, and we have a few minutes for any reflections that might have come up. I'd love to hear from you if you like to share. You can type in chat or you can raise your hand. I see more smiles than when you went into the group. It's always sweet to see. What did you notice with this practice? Any ahas you like to share for the benefit of yourself and others? Was there a shift in perspective for anyone? Yes, Deborah.
Uh, I think I think it really helped me to look at it as the reframe and to just know that I'm where I am today. I don't like it, but I know that I'll be somewhere else tomorrow, and I'm just offering it up. And it's just kind of like a temperature, taking your temperature and realizing that, well, I've come a ways with my practice because I realize it's okay to be this way. There's no right way. I'm not going to just sit here joyful all the time. So
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Deborah. What a beautiful insight. It's
thanks.
okay. It's not, it's the human condition. We're not always joyful all the time. Yeah, we have a body. I mean,
Right.
hello.
But the realization's important because we don't want to think I'm going to be here for the next 20 years. This would not be fun.
Oh, the truth, I mean, if of impermanence is on your side, Deborah. Everything changes. Of course, it changes. It's never gonna stay the same. Of course, it's the truth of impermanence. You just have to see it over and over and over again as it becomes internalized. As you're saying, yeah, this is temporary. I may not like it. Okay, it's like that's saying if you don't like the weather in London, just wait 5 minutes. It's like you don't like the internal weather, well, just wait. Conditions are going to change. It's all impermanent. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for that. Thank you for that reflection. So, dear ones, we have come to the end of another happy hour, practicing together, bringing our hearts and minds together. May all of our practice be a cause and condition for ease, freedom for all of us and all beings everywhere. May all beings be free. May all beings be happy. Thanks, everyone.